Hi, I'm Gavin from GK Builds, and Okinos has just sent me their Aqua Uno. It's a micro ATX case that fills a very interesting spot in the PC market. When most people think about upgrading their computer, they're thinking about processor, motherboard, RAM, storage, graphics card. But sometimes you're content with the hardware you have inside your PC, so why not refresh its look? And that's exactly what Okinos was aiming for with the Aqua Uno series. This compact micro ATX case goes for $49.99 for its standard colors, which would be obviously like black and white. But they also have a multitude of other colors, which would go for $44.99, which would be black and yellow, which is what we have in here. White and yellow, black and white. And the affordability of this case and just the multitude of colors it comes in makes it a very good pick for doing a case swap. But anyway, let's get this thing unboxed and see what we have. The first thing that you'll notice is the design. The Aqua Uno features a panoramic tempered glass layout that gives you a great view of your entire build. So if you're coming from a older style case or something limited visibility, moving your hardware into this Uno can make it feel like an entirely different computer. Additionally, one other great thing that Okinos did is they included 3 ARGB fans, 2 in the top, 1 in the rear. And at this price point, it's nice not having to immediately spend more money on cooling or lighting just to make the build look complete. So that's another great plus. Then inside the case, Okinos has what they call the hue deck, which is basically the PSU shroud area with contrasting colors depending on the model you pick. It's a simple feature, but it adds a lot more personality to the case than just being all black or all white, etc. But let's pop all these panels off and then we can start talking about compatibility of parts. Here is the case without any of the side panels on. And I mean, it's very light construction, like it's very easy to pick up with just one hand. But let's start talking about compatibility. So it supports both micro ATX and ITX motherboards, and it has 309 millimeters of GPU clearance. So obviously you're not going to be fitting any super massive cards in here, but for like your average mid-range build, this is fantastic. It supports air coolers up to 165 millimeters tall, which accommodates a very large portion of them. But one thing that's worth noting is that this case does not have any AIO support, so please keep in mind if you're running any sort of large-scale liquid cooling builds. But for your average air-cooled build, which is what many budget/mid-range systems are already running, you won't have any issues with this case. I mean, another overall advantage is the footprint. Obviously, it's very, very, very tiny, so makes it fit into this fit on the desk or in tight spaces without sacrificing the ability to build a clean looking system, or let alone just see into the system and see all your gorgeous parts. From the front, obviously you can see you got plenty of spots for your cables. You got 2 holes here, spot for your GPU cable, 24-pin cable. You got plenty of room up here to funnel cables for your fans and for your 8-pin CPU cable. So very easy to work with from the front. Then up front, in the front of the case, you got the power button, LED reset switch, headphone jack, a USB port, and a USB-C port, which is fabulous. In the back, let's see if I can move the camera so you can see a little better. But you have plenty of room for cable management. There's great depth here for your 24-pin cable, all your main power supply cables. There's plenty of spots to mount the cables. A big channel here. There's a bunch of little mounts for zip ties all along. So let's get these current cable mounts undone and see what we have. Well, the first thing that we can notice is we got obviously our screws, zip ties. We got 2 spare PCIe brackets, which are perfect for when you break off the original 2. In terms of fans, let's see what we have. They are conveniently all daisy chained together. Then it looks like they're powered by a SATA cable. And then that lines this bottom wire, which I'm kind of wiggling, Connects directly to the LED reset switch, so it looks like you have easy customization options. Then all zip tied together here, obviously all your main cables. Got your USB. This one should be your audio. Yep, so we got our USB audio, and then obviously our front panel connectors. So after spending some time with the case, I think Okinos did exactly what they were aiming for. It's obviously not trying to be a flagship enthusiast case. It's not trying to break any airflow records, but it does give you an affordable option in terms of changing your PC's looks. Like, so if you feel like your computer's starting to look a little outdated and you don't want to spend a fortune on components or anything, maybe a case swap is all you need. But let me know what you think of the Okinos Aqua Uno. I think it's a fabulous case, but also stay tuned for a case swap using our shield wall lineup. So that should be our next video. So be on the lookout. Give us a like, follow, check out Okinos, and maybe get your hands on one of these cases as well.